Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video I'm really excited to do. It's going to be a chatty get ready with me. I'm going to share how I got this look here using a couple items that I hauled recently. I'll link my latest haul video down below, but I have some items in there from Colourpop and also Charlotte Tilbury. So I'm using the Good as Gold palette today from Colourpop. Again, I have some new lip products from Charlotte Tilbury, the Film Star Bronze and Glow palette also. So I'm really excited to share how I got this look. And I'm also really excited because the topic of this week's Get Ready With Me is actually a tag. This is a tag that I created a couple years ago, and it is the YouTube Rewind tag. So I have 9 questions. I will list them down below if you want to do this video. I'm going to tag some people. I'm going to link some channels down there. If you guys do have a channel, I would love if you wanted to do this tag as well. But around this time of year, I tend to get very nostalgic. I tend to like to look back, just going through some different memories, some different accomplishments throughout the year and all of that. So I definitely have a lot to say with these 9 questions, and it's just crazy to think that we are almost to 2020. That is so wild to me. We have a new decade coming up, a new year, a new decade, and all of that. So I really wanted to do the YouTube Rewind tag once again. So like I said, I'll have everything that I am using linked down below. I'll have the questions down there if you do want to do this tag, and I also will link and tag some creators in my description box. But why don't we go ahead and get started. Hello? Okay, jumping into it, I'm going to go ahead and get started in one of the Farsali drops. And I've been using this one so much, it's the Skin Tune Blur, that I feel like I'm starting to run out of it. I'm like, no, because it just came in this little, I purchased a set of 4 with them. So I'm really excited to do this tag. It's been a lot of fun to look back on my videos throughout 2019. The first question is, what was the first video that you posted in 2019? So what video did you kick the year off with in 2019? And my first video was this tag video. So I thought that was fun. The first video, it went up on January 1st, was my YouTube Rewind tag for 2018. So I definitely went back and watched that video, not only for this one, but I just wanted to hear some of my answers. It was just enjoyable for me to, especially with some of the questions, I had so much like optimism going into 2019. I had a very positive outlook, which was great. It was great to almost be reminded of that. I feel like there's been times with YouTube that I feel kind of like beaten down. I feel kind of defeated, quite honestly. And so it was a good reminder to look back and just remember how positive I was coming into the year, and that's what I want to bring going into a new year. For my foundation, I'm really excited. NARS just released minis of their Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. This is one of my favorite foundations. I mentioned it in my 2018 Best of Beauty video. I like it because it is more full coverage, which again, I obviously need. So question number 2 was, do you have a favorite video that you posted in 2019? And I don't know if I could just choose one video. I feel like there's a handful of videos that I really enjoyed creating. My ranking series, I started doing the ranking series, I think it was in 2019, and I started it because I saw one of my favorite creators, Jen Loves Reviews, she does her kind of like monthly favorites in this ranking style format. And I look forward to those videos every single month, and I just really liked that style of ranking from least favorite to top favorite. And I was like, I want to rank something in my collection, but like, what should I rank? And I started ranking new eyeshadow palettes that I had purchased, and I needed to either purchased or received, but I needed to do reviews on them. And so I thought, well, I have these, you know, it was like 5 or 6 palettes that were fairly newer to me. I was like, I can review them, but put them in the ranking style. So that is what I did, and the video got such good feedback, I was like, I'm gonna do it again. And so I did it for the next batch of new eyeshadow palettes that needed to be reviewed, and then I started ranking like my bronzers and my powders, and I ranked new foundations that came out. There were so many new foundations that released in 2019, it was crazy. So I ranked, there was 2 different videos where I ranked the new foundations, but I was also ranking items in my collection, and that was a lot of fun. So I definitely had a really good time with that series. I also did a video called Who Has the Power. That one was a chatty get ready with me, but I really liked that one because I was kind of talking about who has the power on YouTube, and I thought it was fun because I featured some of my subscribers' photos in my thumbnail, and you know, I reached out to everyone ahead of time. I was like, I have this video idea, like I would love to be able to use your photo in the thumbnail. And so it was just fun to have that aspect come into the video too, and have some of my subscribers be involved in that video. I thought that was fun. And I also really liked the message. I got really good feedback on that video. So I'll link that one down below, of course, but I got really good feedback on it from subscribers and creators alike. So that had me excited. And I feel like that was not like the first video, but it was like one of the first videos where I started tackling, like, I don't know if I want to say deeper subjects on YouTube, but I've tried to always do a good job of not only just talking about makeup on my channel, because I have a lot more interests outside of just makeup. I'm a published author. I've been a blogger for 10 years. I love fitness. And so I try to bring that into my videos. At the end of 2018, and this is something that I mentioned in my rewind tag from last year, I started to open up more personally. I shared stories of my past and of coming from abusive situations and how to overcome that. And I really enjoyed making those videos and bringing that type of conversation to my channel. And I feel in 2019, and especially with the Who Has the Power video, I started to delve into other topics as well. Maybe a little bit more like commentary style topics, but I'm not really interested in like discussing other people in depth or things like that. But I like having conversations on other topics. So a lot of times I would put those in these try to get ready with me videos. Like I really enjoy Raw Beauty Christy and what she brings in her try to get ready with me style videos too, and certain topics and all of that. So I try to channel that because it's something that I would look forward to when she would post her videos. And I want to make videos that I'm also excited to make, and I look forward to sitting down and filming. So I started to bring more of those in, and not only did I really enjoy doing them, but I think a lot of people liked them. I had a lot of, you know, I'm gonna say like compliments from other creators too, and that's great. That's a wonderful feeling, and I like to be able to talk about other things too. I started a podcast in 2019, which was really fun, and that's a way for me to even talk deeper into some of these other subjects, because of course on a beauty channel I want the focus to be on the beauty, but with something like my podcast, it's a lot more almost freeing to be able to open it up to other subjects, inspirational topics, motivational topics, bringing on guests that are, you know, the podcast is there to hopefully inspire other people and encourage you to do something. I got a tweet today from a listener of the podcast who said, your podcast makes me want to do something. She said, I haven't figured out what it is that I want to do yet, but that's what she's getting from the podcast, and that is the feedback that I love to hear. That's so exciting for me. So yeah, I think that's pretty amazing. So the Who Has the Power video, I feel like was one of the first times that I was like tiptoeing into almost more commentary style videos, and it was well received, so I tried to mix them in here and there on my channel too. I also had a vlog series when I was moving. We moved into a new house in April of 2019, and I did a vlog series of like packing up the house, buying products for the new house, you know, coming inside for the first time with our keys and doing a little bit of unpacking and unpacking my makeup and putting it away, and that was really fun. I don't do vlogs a whole ton, but I really tried to bring people along with that move, and it also kind of helped to give me content too for when I didn't have an office anymore to film in, but I didn't have this office yet set up and all of that, so I was able to focus the vlogs during that time. But I had a lot of fun with that series. I also did a challenge in the summer, and I posted one video or even 2 videos every single day, and I had a challenge, and this was me really starting to focus on the side of me that wants to inspire others, that wants to be able to motivate others to do good, to do the best for themselves, to be the best version of themselves. And that was really the first time I kind of was really dipping my toes into that area, was creating this daily challenge. It was so much work. It was a ton of work, and it was a lot of hours and energy put into it, and planning it and making the calendar and holding myself accountable every single day to come onto YouTube to talk about the challenge that I had given and how I was doing it. It was a lot, but I learned a lot from it. I learned that I wanted to do it again. I learned that I wanted to do something like that on a bigger scale, and it really gave me a big sense of purpose. I've talked a lot in my videos, especially again at the end of 2018, but about certain situations that I've been in, about the past that I've come through. And it was funny, I was listening to a podcast this morning. I talk about the Rise podcast with Rachel Hollis quite a bit. Well, she is starting a new podcast under her podcast umbrella, basically. It's called Straight Up with Trent Shelton, who's actually an ex-NFL player turned kind of motivational speaker. And at one point in his podcast, he wrote down pain, or he said, and I wrote it down, he said, "Pain gave me my platform." And I was like, whoa. I relate to that so deeply, because sometimes I want to cry and scream and feel bad for myself that I haven't had the easiest life, that I've been beaten down in the literal sense, that I have been struggling so hard for money I either stole food or had to starve myself. But when I want to kick and scream and cry that why can't I just be normal, why can't I have, you know, a better life, I don't know if I would be so focused on having a platform. This is something that I've wanted since I was a young girl. This is something that I've been striving towards since even before social media was a thing, was just wanting to reach other people, to tell my stories, to tell other people who have gone through something similar that they're okay, and how to keep pushing forward. This is what I've always wanted, and now I get to do it. But pain gave me my platform. It did. And I try to look at that and not feel bad for myself and not feel self-pitying for myself, because, you know, I get to wake up almost every single day and feel so inspired and feel so motivated to reach more people and to do new things that all revolve back to that platform. And I think that that is something that's really, really special. So especially in 2019, when I did start opening up even more, and again with starting the podcast and all of that, it just makes me feel like I'm on the right path. And this was something else that I actually said in last year's Rewind Tag video. I said, I have never felt more that I'm on the right path to doing what it is I've always wanted to do. And then I look back at 2019, and I can say that even more fully. And that's really exciting to me. I totally forgot that I said those words in last year's Rewind video. So I love that I have that. I love that I can look back from 2017 to 2018 to now 2019, that I can look back and see my growth and I can see the different goals that I had for myself, and now I can see myself following through with them. That's really exciting for me. The summer challenge really was something very cool. It's another thing that I've been working on for a while, to do something even bigger and better in 2020, and I'm going to be excited to share all about it once it all comes together. But I really enjoyed doing that, and I think everyone who came along with that and did this daily journey with us, it was the best time. So that was another favorite of mine. I also really enjoyed the brands that excited me tag. I did that in a top 5 bottom 5 style, and it was actually a subscriber suggested it, and I did it, and I did the top 5 bottom 5, and then a bunch of people started doing it, and that was really fun for me. I didn't think that was, you never really know what video it is that's going to like catch on, or that people are going to want to do or tag or whatnot, but a lot of people did that one, which I thought was pretty fun. So yeah, I also really enjoyed that video. I am going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow. So I'm really excited about this. I'm going to go ahead and use the Sculpt side first as my contour shade. I just did a haul video hauling some Charlotte Tilbury and also some Colourpop that I'm going to use here too. So I will link that one down below, but I'm going to use this as my contour shade. I've been so excited to try this one. I think that looks nice. It's actually a little bit, like, it has more of an oomph than I think I was expecting, even from when I swatched it in the haul video. Because I think that it makes a good contour, but even like I'm at like particularly fair right now. I haven't been self-tanning in forever, so I think this could even make for a nice bronzer shade on me too. So I like that. Easy to blend out. I'll come back to the highlight shade a little bit later. I know that one's going to be pretty subtle, so we might have to do another highlight on top of it, but so far so good on the Sculpt shade. So question number 3 was there a video that you made that was outside your comfort zone? And most definitely. I think especially my mindset and makeup series was really out of my comfort zone, and especially the first video where I got real serious and real personal about how much money I spent starting a YouTube channel and feeling the pressures of buying so much makeup and always showing so much new makeup, and how that really had such a negative impact on my personal life, obviously on my finances, even on my marriage, because I was just like, this is what I have to do in order to be successful on YouTube. Buy, show all the new. And that was horrible. And I wish that I hadn't done that, but you know, I did it. And I decided to be real about it and talk about it and share why I fell into that mindset and how I've tried to get myself out of it. So it was a really tough video to post, but I had a lot of, again, really good feedback on it, and a lot of creators that, you know, said they kind of did the same thing when they were first starting their channels too, or, you know, over time they fell into this crazy like consumerism when it came to having a YouTube channel and having a beauty channel and wanting to show all these new things. And but yeah, that was definitely outside my comfort zone. I was really nervous to post it, but I'm glad that I did, because again, the whole like pain giving me my platform type of thing, you know, I tend to look at, I go through situations so then I can talk about them, because I'm someone who, I have always been pretty comfortable with being open about certain situations that I've gone through or hardships, because I hope that they can reach someone else and help someone else. I've had that mindset for, again, since I was a very young girl. I have a whole episode about that in my podcast as well. I always have my podcast linked down below in the description box also if you want to check it out. It's called Start Inspired, but there's a podcast about finding my why, and if you listen to it, it'll probably help make a little bit more sense of why I'm so open, because sometimes it can be hard for other people to understand why I am okay talking about certain subjects, but it's just been my mindset for so long, it's kind of hard to turn that off. Yeah, it's scary to talk about these situations on the internet, and you never know how someone's going to misinterpret it. You never know how, you know, how someone's going to look at you differently because they hear something personal that they might not have known about you. But at the same time, every single time that I have opened up and shared something, I've had multiple people contact me to say that they've gone through something similar and they can appreciate me sharing my story. And that's what matters, period. That's why I do it, and that's why I continue to do it. Mindset and makeup was outside of my comfort zone, but even some of the Chatty Get Ready with me's, like I've mentioned with the Who Has the Power. I did one on imposter syndrome that meant a lot to me. But yeah, I've been trying to be able to work in talking about topics that I think are important, or topics that do affect me personally, but still mix in with makeup and beauty and incorporate them into the Get Ready With Me style videos. And a lot of those are outside my comfort zone. A lot of those I feel nervous to post and share. And again, you don't know the feedback that you're gonna get, but I enjoy posting them. So it's something that I definitely see myself continuing to do in 2020. Coming at you from the future, I realized as I was importing my footage that I forgot one question, so I'm just popping it real quick right in here. it's not very subtle to insert it when you're doing a get ready with me, so obviously I'm already done. But I forgot question number 4, which is what did you post on your birthday? I love birthdays. I get excited for birthdays, so I felt like I just had to include this question when I was first coming up with these several years ago. I didn't post on my actual birthday, which was a Saturday, and I take Saturdays off, but the day before I posted a trying new makeup video using like the Anastasia Riviera palette, and then the following day, that Sunday, I posted a video on the Colourpop spring collection, which included their Sweet Talk palette, which ended up becoming a favorite of mine, so it was fun to kind of look back there. Okay, let's jump back into it. 5 is what new channel or creators did you find in 2019? I'm always like looking for new people to become friends with, if you will, on the internet. I love it. I talked about in last year's video about starting to incorporate a channel shout out in my makeup monthly videos, which I did. I always shout out another creator in there. It was funny to hear some of the creators that I mentioned last year, like finding Mel Thompson, who's now a great friend of mine. I talked about Ashley Clady, about being able to meet Ashley Clady, and we were able to meet and do some really cool things in 2019, which was so cool. Makeup Molly, who's a wonderful friend of mine. So that was kind of funny to hear some of the names that I mentioned last year. I mentioned Amy Loves Makeup. I met her recently in New York too in 2019, so that was pretty fun. But yeah, I mean, I definitely found so many new creators. Just a few that I wrote down. Britt Clark, I think everyone that I have written on this list I also mentioned in my channel shout out for 2019, but I had Britt Clark on there, who I think is great. Karen Harris, I met her in New York too. Hannah Louise Poston, who has such a wonderful channel. I met her in LA this year, which was so great in 2019. Michelle Wong, who I just think is so amazing. I absolutely love her channel. I think that she's fantastic. We did a collab in 2019, which was so much fun. Mandy Leah, I know I mentioned her in a makeup monthly as well. So yeah, I mean, I love finding new creators. I love finding new people to connect with, again, to like make friendships with and all of that. I think that's just amazing. And you know, definitely one thing with being on YouTube is that it can be very isolating. We don't get to hang out with each other. We're not like co-workers all in the same place having potlucks once a month, which I would love if we had a potluck. That'd be great. I would bring the nachos. It's definitely a lot of fun to be able to make connections, whether it be online or whether we do get to meet in person. One thing I said in last year's video was that I really wanted to go out and do more events and to be able to meet more people, and I think that I was very successful of that in 2019, especially towards the end of the year. I had some great opportunities to go to New York, to go to Miami, to go out to LA and really meet with other people, connect with them, and it gave me some of my favorite memories throughout the year, is meeting other people who do the same thing that I get to do, because we don't have those daily in-person interactions with each other. So that was so much fun. Okay, I went ahead and did my brows off camera because I could tell I'm obviously getting very chatty in this video, so usually doing my brows takes me a while. And I'm going to move over to my eyes. I'm using the Colourpop Good as Gold palette. This is one of their newer releases. Again, I just had this in my haul video that I mentioned, Colourpop and Charlotte Tilbury. I did purchase this myself, and I've only done one look with it so far, so I definitely wanted to do another one. Thinking of using the shade Odd Team. That one looks really pretty. So I'm first going to go ahead with State of Mind and blend that to my crease using the Sigma E38. So we talked about new channels. I also, question number 6 was there any new brands that you tried in 2019? And yes, I definitely did. Last year I made reference to the videos that I started in, I think I started these in 2017, but videos about brands that I want to try. So I did 7 brands I want to try in 2017, 8 brands I want to try in 2018, and then I did 9 brands I wanted to try in 2019. That was another video that I wasn't expecting to kind of catch on and turn into a tag, but quite a few people did it, not really in 2017, but 2018, and then definitely 2019. I felt like a lot of people did brands that they wanted to try, and I've even seen some videos pop up of brands people want to try in 2020, so that's really exciting. Again, it's fun when an idea you have gets well received and people like it so much that they decide to do it on their own channel. I think that's really cool, but that's another one that I didn't think people would I don't know. I don't want to say not that they wouldn't be interested in, but I guess I just didn't see it becoming so many other people doing it and continuing to do it every single year. It's like people seem to really enjoy doing this style. So to think that just an idea I had for 2017 is still making its way through 2020, that's a pretty neat thing. So yeah, and I just posted an update to my 9 brands I want to try in 2019. So I can link that one down below too if you want to check it out and see how I did. I didn't really do the best on my list for 2019, to be honest, but there was a handful of brands in there that I did try. I feel like in 2019, there was definitely mainstream and indie brands that I tried, but I also started to venture outside of just makeup too. Like, I really enjoyed finding new skincare brands, and one that comes to mind is Good Molecules. They're available on Beautylish. I've tried quite a few of their products, and I really like their skincare line. Also for hair care, Olaplex became a big favorite of mine kind of towards the summer of this year. I was hearing a lot of people recommend it on YouTube, and I really enjoyed that one. I think I'm just gonna go in with Bold Rush, this last matte here, on a smaller brush. This is from a brand that I'm gonna talk about too, that I had on my list for new brands. But like I mentioned, Olaplex. The brand I was gonna talk about was Doll 10. I was able to try them. This is one of the brushes in the collab that my friend Makeup Molly did. She was one that I had mentioned last year of creators that I found, and once again got to go to Gen Beauty in New York with her, which was so much fun. But she did this collaboration with Doll 10, and they did such a good job on these eye brushes. They're just some of my favorites still. So LC Beauty and Oma Cosmetics, those were some brands that came into Ulta Beauty that I tried. It was fun to see brands that came into Ulta Beauty and Sephora. I feel like both had quite a few new brands come in, but especially Ulta Beauty, I feel like they started to carry a lot of brands, which was pretty cool. So I'm going to use a little bit of that Odd Team. I'm going to pick some up with this Colourpop brush. This is the E4. Okay, this shadow is actually looking like it's maybe more of a topper. Like, can you even see anything? And like, really not much is going on my brush. Like, this one almost looks like it'd just be more of a topper. That's kind of disappointing. Okay, so new plan, because I do want a little bit of oomph to my eyes, but I kind of wanted that bronzy shade too. So, interesting. I guess I'm gonna try Golden Touch instead. Try a little bit of Golden Touch. So that's showing up more, which is good. I didn't want such like a gold eye. That's why I wanted a little bit of bronze in there too, but that's okay. I mean, it is the gold palette, you know, I get that. But I was just thinking for today, that was kind of what I had in mind. But that's okay. I want to do a topper, but I think I'm going to go ahead and go with 24K in the palette. And just kind of, I'm just going to use the same brush, but just kind of tap that over the shade here. I don't know if it's really going to do a whole lot, but the look is just different than what I first had in mind. And I also used 24K the first time that I used this palette, and I thought that it was really beautiful. So I'm gonna go ahead and layer that on top. Just using that blending brush again to blend along the edges. So I think that will do. It's different than what I thought I was gonna do, but that's okay. And then I just used a little bit of my Milk Liner in CEO on my waterline, and then also to Tightline. So jumping back into the palette, I'm just gonna take a pencil brush and smudge some shadows on the lower lash line. I wanna go into Big Brooch. I'm gonna go ahead and add some of this. I'm just using the Sigma E30. Out with a little bit of State of Mind also. I'm just gonna use that below that darker shade. 24K on the inner corner, and then also my brow bone. My mascara, I'm gonna use this one from Ilia Beauty. I recently did a video with Ilia, and their mascara is so fantastic. I can't stop wearing it. So I'll link that video down below as well. That was a really exciting sponsorship for me too. So question number 7 is, what is a favorite YouTube memory or memories, because I listed a few. I mean, I definitely had so many great memories throughout the year. I got to do a brand collaboration, which was so exciting for me. I was able to collaborate with Ofra Cosmetics this summer. We did a 3-piece lip set of 3 of my favorite shades, and we also created a highlighter with 2 of my favorite shades from Ofra in there. And I don't know, for me, I thought it was really successful. I saw so many people supporting it and still talking about it. We actually, Ofra brought it back for a day. They did all of their project influencer collabs. It was me and 2 other gals that were able to do these collaborations with Ofra. They brought it back for one day in December during their 12 days of glow, and I saw people able to grab the collaboration since it was limited edition, and that was so exciting for me. That was such a big opportunity for me, and I will like be forever grateful to Ofra Cosmetics for giving that to me and giving me that experience. And like it was just so awesome. They're such good people at Ofra Cosmetics. It's ridiculous. I just think that they're a fantastic brand. So that was such a good, like just such a highlight of my year for sure. Not only working with Ofra, but then seeing all of the support that came through was absolutely just incredible to me. Some of the trips that I was able to go on from New York City and going to Generation Beauty, that was one of my favorite trips, and meeting so many people. I got to go with my friends Ashley Clady, Makeup Molly, and Kelly Gooch, but to be able to meet so many amazing other creators there. I met Angelica for the first time, which was so much fun for me. Karen Harris, Amy Loves Makeup, got to hang out with Jen Loves Reviews and Amanda from Makeup Just for Fun again. And I know I'm going to leave out a ton of people, but there was just so many fantastic people. And like one of the most epic photos from the year, I feel like, is this one that I'm going to insert right here. I just made my 2020 personalized calendar where I have a photo for each year of the month, and that photo is 100% on there because like what a moment, what a good time. That trip left me like just with so many feelings in the best way. I share about it in a vlog that I can link to, but just about how many good people are in this community, and when we get to be together, it's such a special thing, and that's something that I want to remember that. But I got to do a couple trips to LA, again, meet Hannah Louise Poston, Lauren May Beauty. That was so much fun for me. I went to LA and won an award. I mean, I won the Skincare Influencer of the Year at the American Influencer Awards, and got to go up on the stage and give an acceptance speech. Like what a memory, what a moment. I'll never forget that either. And knowing that I got it because of so many people that support me and vote for me and wanted me to have that experience, something that I'll never forget. I just shared the award in my latest haul video as well. I just got it in the mail from the American Influencer Awards, and truly something that I just won't forget. So the travel, I was able again to go to Florida a couple different times with Ofra Cosmetics, which was so great. Meet the team, meet all the people there, toured the factory. It was just so amazing, just so much fun. My first launch party was with Ofra Cosmetics when they released the Soul palette, and doing yoga on the beach. I mean, how much fun. I love to travel. It's something that I've always wanted to do, but I've never really had the privilege of being able to have that in my life. So especially at the end of 2019 and being able to do that, so many great memories from that. I'm also really proud of the donation drive that I set up with Ashley Clady. We took donations for 2 shelters here in the Midwest, one in Iowa and one in Kansas City. I am looking forward to doing more of that in 2020. That was something that really meant a lot to me. One part of my platform is community service and giving back, and that's something that I really want to talk about more and strive for more. Something that really I had a focus on during the challenge that I ran in August, and I'm hoping to just continue that in 2020. But that was a really proud moment when we were able to take those donations to the shelters, and to see the reach that we could have within our community here, and to everyone who took part in that. You know, I know Ashley and I just thank you so much, because that really meant a lot to both of us, and it was really fun too to plan that. So, I mean, I had so many good memories in 2019. Yes, there was also some hard times and difficult times, of course, but there were so many great memories, and ones that I really will continue to cherish. Number 8 was how many videos did you post in 2019? So I went back and counted, and then I also added the videos because I have a pretty regular schedule on YouTube. I post on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, and I do a live chat on Tuesday. I just recently took away my Thursday uploads because that's the day that my new podcast goes up. I mentioned in last year's video that I had already taken off Saturdays, but I was like, I'm thinking about maybe cutting back another day, and it wasn't until November that I eventually did cut out Thursdays. So through 2019, I will have posted 332 videos throughout this year. Last year, I posted 335. Definitely posted quite a bit in 2019, that is for sure. And then before we get to the last question, I'm going to use the highlights. So I'm going to use the highlight side in this Charlotte Tilbury Bronze and Glow palette. And I know that it's a little bit more subtle, but we'll just see what I think of it because, you know, I mean, I obviously like a really blinding highlight, but sometimes subtle isn't a bad thing either. I think that looks really pretty though. I like it. It's for days that I do want a subtle highlight. I think that this one could be a pretty option, and I think that you can also build it up, and maybe even if I used a little bit more of a dense brush, you could build it up too. Like, I think that's pretty. I mean, yeah, if you like a more natural highlight, I think that you would really like it. If you like more of an oomph, I would just say that you can build it up. So ooh, I think that's pretty. I'm just going to do a little bit on the nose here also. I'm going to do a Charlotte Tilbury combo. I'm going to use the Pillow Talk lip liner. I just got this in the holiday stocking, and also the Superstar lips. This one is in Princess Kiss. Again, this one also came in the stocking, so I just thought I'd see how they pair together. I don't know if the pinky look necessarily, I mean, I don't think it like doesn't go with the gold, but again, I was planning for a different tone of eyeshadow, so that's why I grabbed the pinky one, but I think that it will do. So that is my lip combo. And then the final question, so there is 9 questions to this tag. Let me try to get my hair doing something somewhat appropriate. What made you proud or an accomplishment that you had through 2019? And I feel like throughout this video I've chatted about some of those proud moments and some of those accomplishments, but what I wrote down for this question was being real and being brave. It's hard to share stories on the internet. It's hard to be vulnerable on the internet. It's hard to share times where you've made mistakes and you've made bad decisions, and it's hard to be real about that. And I'm really proud of myself that I was able to continue to do that. You know, this was something that I said last year, that at the end of 2018, I started to finally feel that kind of comfortability within myself on YouTube to share some of these stories. I think that, again, it's something that I am very proud of myself for approaching some of these topics and trying to do it in a way that's comfortable to me, in a way that still can bring positivity and hopefulness and inspiring others. I'm really proud of the podcast that I started. I love getting the feedback on it. I get so inspired from some of the podcasts that I listen to, so to think that I can do that for others, that really means so much to me. I published my 8th novel in 2019. The 6th Lauren came out in November. I'm really proud of that book. It received so much support. New reviews come in, you know, every few days on Amazon, and it's so much fun to read the reviews and to see the support that my novels get. Even though I am a beauty focused channel, that people still read my books and share about them and support in my author career is just, it's just incredible to me. I feel like I have been trying, especially towards the end of 2019, to break down almost like a wall between creators and viewers. It's something that I was trying to do with my mindset and makeup series of explaining what it is that can kind of go on behind the scenes of starting a YouTube channel, the certain pressures that we can get. That was something that I tried to do, and that's something that I want to try to continue to do more of, because as someone who, before I started a channel, I was a viewer and I watched, you know, creators, and I would have certain perspectives, or I would have certain ways that I would look at them. And once you actually start it yourself and you see all of the hard work and almost like the societal pressures that can be put on you to look a certain way, act a certain way, buy certain things, produce a certain type of content, it can be really hard to stay true to yourself. And that's one thing that I don't know, I'm trying to be more transparent with an audience instead of only seeing a few clips of me throughout the day in an edited YouTube video, of going a little bit deeper into the behind the scenes of that. And then the next thing that I wrote on my list was staying true to myself. I think something that I saw in 2019 was there's definitely a certain type of video that does really well on YouTube, and channels that I've done really well on YouTube, and it's not always something that I feel super comfortable doing. This line came from someone that I just had on my podcast. Her name is Jacqueline Steele. I actually graduated high school with her, but she's gone on to be a singer and songwriter, an entrepreneur. And one thing that she was saying during our podcast chat was she knows what she wants to bring to this world, and she knows what she wants her intention to be, and that is to be a positive person and an inspiring person. And you know, that really falls back onto the different decisions that she makes, and I have that same outlook in life. Even when I'm talking about subjects that aren't the best, or you know, even being on YouTube, I have to talk about when releases don't do well, or maybe brands aren't doing, you know, aren't living up to maybe their standard, or certain things like that. But I can still have my spin on it and have it be a little bit more positive. And if that means that I'm not going to do well on YouTube, so be it. I have said for years that I don't think I will be successful on YouTube in the way some other people are, because I am too positive of a person, and I'm still okay with that. I'm still okay with that. And it's why I don't only focus on YouTube. It's why I have books. It's why I have a podcast. It's why I have some of these ideas and kind of like business avenues for 2020, because being a YouTuber is not only what I want to be known for. Being an author is not only what I want to be known for. I've always wanted to, again, be this kind of multi-passionate entrepreneur and bring my intentions to everything that it is that I'm doing. And I feel like I had these moments in 2019 where it was like, I could go down this path, and it could give me the views and the subscribers and the clout, and other people could talk about me, but I don't want to. And I'm okay with that. And this isn't, and of course, you always have to give a disclaimer, not putting anyone else down, because what other people are doing and what they want to do and what they think is right, that is on them, and you just got to do what you want to do. But I'm saying that I don't want to change myself. I don't think anyone should change themselves. And how other people choose to run their careers, their personal lives, their YouTube channels, their businesses, whatever it may be, as long as it feels good to you and as long as it feels right to you, you know, you just got to keep doing your own thing. So, but that's something that I'm proud of. I'm proud of myself for giving back. I ran so many giveaways. I sent out, I think, over double the amount of just like surprise boxes to subscribers, where I would just DM someone asking for an address, putting together a little set for them. In December, I ran my 25 days of giveaways. I'm gonna hit, I think, over $800 in shipping costs that I paid for myself, giving out prize boxes and gift cards, and just trying my best to give back and maybe making someone's day a little bit brighter, or helping someone in an unexpected way. That means a lot to me. So I think that I did a really good job of that in 2019. The donation drive that I mentioned is something that I'm extremely proud of. My collaboration, and also the plans that I have for 2020, a lot of them have like really gone into motion, and things are gonna happen, and I'm so excited for that. I'm so excited to see what this year is gonna bring. And just like last year when I was talking about, I feel like I'm on the right path. I know that I'm on the right path. I can see very clearly what it is that I want to do and how to achieve these goals, and what it is that I want to bring and the impact that I want to have on others. I see that very clearly now, and I'm very excited about that. I feel like everything that I've gone through, having pain be a part of my platform, and just everything I've gone through throughout the years, throughout a decade on social media. I started my blog in 2009. Everything that I've learned, everything that I've gone through, the ups and the downs, the triumphs and the failures, I think is going to all culminate into a really amazing 2020. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited for it. So yeah, it was really a lot of fun to look back at my videos, to look back at my entire year of 2019 and reflect, and to think about the good and the bad, and to think about what I want to bring into 2020. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching me get ready today and get this look right here, and also the 2019 YouTube rewind tag. I had a lot of fun doing it once again. I hope that some of you will. I'm going to go ahead and link all of the channels that I listed, because I know I talked about a lot of other creators, whether just giving me inspiration, meeting them, the creators that I found in 2019, all of that. So I'm going to link everyone's channel that I mentioned, and I tag you guys to do this video. I would really love to hear your answers. And I'm also going to tag some more. Usually when I do a tag video and I tag other creators, I typically do 10. So that's why I'm going to try to like list everyone that I talked about and tag you, and then tag another 10 people, because I would really love to hear what people learned and what they experienced, and their memories of going back through this entire year. I would love to hear other people make this tag. So check my description box for a bunch of creators. If you are tagged, or if you have a YouTube channel, please make this one. I would love to hear your answers so much. Everything that I used will also be linked in my description box. I hope you enjoyed seeing me get this look right here. But other than that, that is going to wrap it up for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, you liked this tag video, make sure to give this one a thumbs up. I hope that you will also consider subscribing before you go. I can't wait to see what 2020 has in store. I hope that you guys are excited, because I am, and I will see you in my next video.